You've probably seen the headlines, you've definitely seen the viral clips. But what is actually going on with the intense online focus on Selena Gomez? Today, we're going to break it all down, from the years-long debate about her health to the recent dissection of her new marriage. Okay, let's just dive right into the thing that kicked this all off again. A couple of really short, kind of weird clips went viral, and they've got everybody asking one big question. Is Benny Blanco, her new husband, already ignoring her? To really get the full picture here, we're going to look at 4 key things that fans are zeroing in on. First, the ongoing debate about her voice. Then, a pretty controversial relationship timeline. After that, those viral moments with her husband. And finally, some pretty wild accusations about Photoshop and AI.
So, where does all this scrutiny really start? Well, for years, it's often kicked off with something really specific, the sound of Selena's voice.
So what's the deal with the change people are hearing? This is where the internet really splits into 2 camps. On one side, you've got people who are absolutely convinced it's tied to her health issues, like lupus. On the other side, you've got people pointing to things like dental work or just a new way she started talking.
And Selena has actually talked about this herself. In a live stream, she basically said her throat sometimes swells up on the inside, and that's all it is.
And this is a really key piece of the puzzle, right? Her health is such a huge topic because she's been so incredibly open about it all. We're talking lupus, bipolar disorder, even arthritis in her fingers. Because she shares so much, it feels like the public conversation around her health just never stops.
But it's not just about her voice, oh no. Fans pick apart everything. Take this moment from an online interview. For a few seconds, her face just stops. It freezes. And it's these weird little moments that really add fuel to all the speculation online. Now, this microscope she's under, it obviously doesn't stop with her health. It bleeds right into her relationships. And just recently, a single Instagram post managed to bring a whole decade of drama roaring back to life.
And here it is. This is the post that made the internet explode. Hailey Bieber celebrating 10 New Years together and counting with Justin. For anyone who's been following this whole saga for years, they immediately thought, wait a minute, that math doesn't seem right.
So let's just quickly look at the timeline that everyone remembers, right? Sure, Justin and Hailey had a New Year's kiss way back in 2016. But then, for pretty much all of 2017 and into early 2018, he was very publicly back together with Selena. And that's the part that makes this 10 years claim so controversial.
And wow, the reaction online was instant. People were all over social media pointing this out. You have to remember, for this fan base, that timeline isn't just some vague memory. It's practically a historical fact. So a post like this feels, to them, like someone's trying to rewrite a whole chapter of history.
Which, brings us right back to the present day, and to Selena's new husband, Benny Blanco. Because now we have a couple of new viral moments that have kicked off a whole new cycle of speculation.
So what are people talking about? Well, there are 2 clips. First, they're courtside of the Lakers game. She reaches out to hold his hand, and for a couple of seconds, he just hesitates. Then there's another clip of them on the street. She's talking to him, and he is just staring down at his phone, not even looking up.
And look, these are just tiny snippets of their life, but it was enough. The internet created a whole story around them. The comments were all about how the energy felt wrong, how he seemed dismissive. The general feeling was that maybe he's gotten too confident now, and that maybe, just maybe, Selena has settled.
Benny actually did respond to all of this. He jumped into the comments of one of these videos and just said, "This is literally a 10-second clip." Basically pointing out how much people were reading into such a tiny, out-of-context moment.
But it doesn't stop with what's happening in the real world. The scrutiny now goes a layer deeper, into the digital realm, where people are starting to question if what we're seeing is even real at all.
Okay, so get this. On the same day, Selena is spotted by herself at an airport, which of course gets people talking. She posts these super happy-looking holiday photos from a ski trip. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? Nope. That's when things got really weird.
The comments section just went wild. We're talking people saying, "I thought this was someone else," or just straight up, "This is AI." People were literally zooming in on the shadow of a mountain, claiming it was bad Photoshop. And to top it all off, the song she used on the post was AI generated, which just poured gasoline on the fire.
So where does this all leave us? I mean, from her voice to her relationships to whether her vacation photos are even real? Every single part of her life is put under this intense microscope. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In this day and age, with cameras everywhere and AI in the mix, where do we draw the line between just being a fan
and being part of this constant invasive analysis.